Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Oh man, oh man. Before I get into this, I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. I had $2.50 worth of law knowledge. Now I have $7.50 worth of law knowledge. I'm telling you what I think on what's going on in this motion that occurred on September 27th when they had a court hearing. And this is what came out. Now, I'm going to give a summary and then I'm going to tell you the court finding. Now, in this filing or in this motion, Marilyn Manson tells the judge that Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore defamed him. Not only did they defame him, but they also used what is it called? Electronic or data, comprehensive data, to falsify, and also impersonating over the internet. Marilyn Manson said or alleged that Evan Rachel Wood started off with her documentary Phoenix Rising, which she mapped out her life, and that went to HBO, and HBO produced it. Then Evan Rachel Wood, within the same time frame, started a nonprofit organization called the Phoenix Act. Not only is Evan Rachel Wood the CEO, the CFO, and the secretary of the Phoenix Act. And what this act does is it is to prevent the cycle of domestic violence, which sounds great. It sounds great to stop domestic violence, but that's not where Evan Rachel Wood ended. Then she continued on by putting on Instagram February 1st, 2021, when she said on Instagram that Marilyn Manson abused her. In their relationship, now they had a relationship and they were engaged twice from 2006 to 2010, 4 years together. After when they broke up, Marilyn Manson brings to the court that she had a romantic relationship with Ilma Gore in 2019. And that's when all this stuff really came about. Now, in 1996, Marilyn Manson produced a movie, or his movie, called Groupies. Now, Ilma Gore, Marilyn Manson alleged that Ilma Gore said that it was child pornography, and that he abused a child. That's what he alleged that she did. And she said that. Now, he also alleged that Marilyn Manson also said that Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood circulated this FBI letter stating that, well, the judge saw that she was a part or a witness to or in a criminal investigation, and that anyone involved with this person, Marilyn Manson, would be in danger. So she used that letter in a separate court case with her ex-husband, with the court a custody hearing to where she could move her and her son from California to Tennessee. You can't make this stuff up. This is some whoa. Now, Marilyn Manson also alleges that Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood provided a checklist for women, so when they did bring up charges against Marilyn Manson, they knew exactly what to say because it gave a checklist. Marilyn Manson also says or alleges that they used that FBI letter to give the appearance that he did these things to get the women involved to do these things. Now, on the other hand, Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore say, Evan Rachel Wood says, I have a right to say what I want to say. He did do these things. It's in my documentary. He did abuse me. He did do those things to me. That's true. Then she further says, the FBI letter, I had no knowledge that it was fake. It was given to me, and I truly believed in what it said and submitted it to the courts. So in a different case, Ilma Gore said or alleged that she truly believed that he did those things to children based on conversations with Evan Rachel Wood. Allegedly. Now, what I find fire is this. The judge says this. Based on the foregoing, the plaintiff, Marilyn Manson's motion to conduct limited discovery pursuant of the code is granted in part. The other part is denied. Okay. But the interesting part is what she allowed in. She said the court finds that the plaintiff, Marilyn Manson, has established good cause, meaning that it met all the requirements that satisfied the court for it to continue on. Established good cause to conduct only the requested discovery is granted in part and denied in part. The court finds that Marilyn Manson or the plaintiff has established good cause because he met all the requirements to move on, to conduct only the requested discovery set forth on page 4 of the appendix. And I'll read that to you. The plaintiff's motion concerning the claims issues, the state of mind, and actual malice. Now, we're going to see what page 4, I already went over it, but let's go to page 4 so we can be clear on it. Page 4 says, the plaintiff further alleges that at least the last 2 years, the defendant, Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood, have secretly recruited, coordinated, and pressured prospective accusers to emerge simultaneously with allegations of rape and abuse against Marilyn Manson. The plaintiff, Marilyn Manson, also alleges that the plaintiff or the defendant, Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, impersonated an agent of the federal or the FBI by foregoing distributing a fictitious letter from the agent to create a false appearance that Marilyn Manson alleged victims and their families were in danger, and that there were a federal investigation of Marilyn Manson ongoing. The plaintiff alleges that Wood, Evan Rachel Wood, submitted the FBI letter to California custody proceedings using it as evidence so she would be able to move her son to Tennessee. Yeah, the mental state, most definitely. Marilyn Manson also alleges that the defendant provided a checklist and scripts to prospective accusers listing the specific alleged acts of abuse that they can claim against Marilyn Manson, and that the defendants made false statements to prospective accusers, including that the Marilyn Manson's film, that assault of a minor. Specifically, Marilyn Manson alleges that Ilma Gore, had conversations with prospective accusers in which she claimed that in 1996, a short film made by Marilyn Manson called Groupie depicted child abuse and child pornography. So, that right there in a nutshell. So when you stop and think about it, it's like, oh my goodness. Is she in her right state of mind, her mental state? What were her intentions to do all of these things? And malice. We have to stop and think. That right there is fire. I mean, pure fire. Now, that's the only thing that went through. Now, Marilyn Manson, he did not get the intentional infliction of emotional abuse. He didn't get that. The violation of Comprehensive Computer Data and Access Fraud Act, I'm not quite sure. No. But he did get, man, to me this is really big. I'm not a lawyer, but to me it's really big because it's going towards her mental state. Her ex-husband talked about her mental state. Either it's her mental state or she's a liar. But that right there is a separate case. I can't put two cases together. So, tell me what you think on the live stream. Tell me what you think. And please, on a live stream, you could call in. You can come up. But we really got to hash this out. Where is this case going? Do you see Marilyn Manson winning? Well, not winning, but getting more motions passed. Now, Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, their motions going to come. Their motions are going to come up. So we're going to look at those too. So let's keep this this live stream, and please call up, come up. We got to discuss this stuff. Okay, outside of that, beside this, in my opinion, being pure fire, like, subscribe, and you could also be a member. I have a cookie member. I have one level. I'm going to add 2 additional ones. I have to first get used to this first level here before I can add more. I have to lay more of the groundwork for the other 2 levels. On that note, having said all that, I want to thank all of you for stopping by.